Hey everyone, it is a very, very late night, and it is still the 24th of February 2021. This is going to be a very quick show. We're going to get to the point, we're going to cover this. So, right off the bat, this is your warning. The title, everything is very clear. This is a massive, massive spoiler for WandaVision. It is specific to Vision. I want to be very clear. This spoils a significant part of the story. This is your chance to turn back. This is 100%, 100%. You can't go back once you know this. I have the images. I also have the scene. So what I'm going to tell you is I cannot play the scene. It has a watermark that could compromise this individual's job. It is a watermark on the scene. So I can't show you the scene yet. I'm trying to remove the watermark. We'll see what happens. But there's no going past this point, okay? There is no going past this point. I just want to make it clear. Okay, now, all that's out of the way. We're going in. This scene is the best reference point. We all know this scene. Wanda is mourning. She's really upset. And then all of a sudden she creates this reality. And everyone assumed, and I've kept my mouth shut. I really have kept my mouth shut, but it doesn't matter. It's all getting out there anyway. Everyone assumes that she has Vision's body when this scene, in this scene, and that she raises Vision's body to life. She doesn't. She doesn't have Vision's body. She creates him. And here is the first leaked image. This is taken directly from the scene that I have. Wanda is mourning, and she creates a Vision in her reality. Vision is not actually there. That's the first one. So I want to make that very clear. She does not have Vision's body. She creates Vision. She creates this reality's Vision in her little pocket world in her mourning. Now, I'm going to avoid other contexts. We're going to only talk about this specific moment. So I want to be very clear. There's context that surrounds this. I don't want to get into that yet. If other things can stay a surprise, I think it should stay a surprise. Okay? The next part is going to ruin another big portion of this show. This isn't as big of a deal. You can turn back now. You can absolutely turn back now. But I have one more. And we're going to get right to it. Again, you can turn back now. Which is, Tyler Hayward is so interested and fascinated because Tyler Hayward has been working on Vision. He's been experimenting. And Tyler Hayward has Vision. Specifically, this episode will end with the reveal that Tyler Hayward is calling in Vision. He's calling in White Vision. It's happening. Okay? Again, there is no going back once you've seen this. White Vision is a very, very significant instrumental part of what remains in this show. That's all I'll say. If you know the comics and you know a little bit about White Vision, you know what that means in the context of the entity. But to be totally frank, no, I can't say that. I was going to say something I shouldn't. I'm going to try to keep it to just this specific topic. Okay? Anyway, these are two big moments. Please, 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 do not spread this where it's not clearly labeled, okay? Like, please don't talk about it outside of this video, because we're going to be going live. We're going to go live tomorrow, and we're going to have other discussions, and especially in the Discord. But, like, there are people who really don't want to know this. So please do not share this outside of people who want to specifically know about this. I just, that is my only request. That's really it. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say one last thing. There is one other thing that got out. I don't know how widespread it is yet, I don't. I really don't. But again, I'm gonna do my best to keep it as contained as possible. So this is not a topic. If you watch this and you come back for our live show tomorrow, this is not a topic that I will discuss in other live videos or in discussions or that I will discuss openly in the Discord. I really do, I want to respect the fact, and I hope everyone else does, preserve that surprise for people. Really, really preserve that. Has the villain leaked yet? Not that I know of right at this moment. There's a lot of craziness going on tonight, I have to say. But right as of this recording, I haven't received anything else. I'm not regularly checking my DMs right now though either. Once the scene landed in my once the scene specifically landed in my DMs, I pretty much knew well, this is it now. This is pretty much it. Hayward being the one to create Vision, I'm pretty much, I'm okay with it. I'm trying to talk loose just because I don't want to cover multiple topics that haven't leaked out because again, and I don't want to accidentally slip and say something, but I was to be totally honest, 100% before we wrap up, because I know it's late for everybody and it's late for me as well. I really thought that something got lost in translation because in the descriptions that I got, I thought it was odd because I didn't really know the context. But in my descriptions, and if you'll give me just a minute, my translated descriptions literally says Hayward creates Vision. That's it. There was not really a lot of context, I have to be honest. I thought it might be some kind of mistranslation. I thought I wasn't really sure what that exactly meant. And again, that's the problem with context. I really wasn't 100% sure what it meant when Hayward created Vision. I was just kind of waiting for, I thought something was going to drop in the show. I knew there was going to be a reveal at that point. Oh, okay, so there's going to be a reveal that Vision was created. So, oh yeah, he's been dead on. It's just the context because of the translation that's missing. That's it. Are we getting... I can't answer that, Dan. I almost said... I can't answer that. I don't want to spoil that bit. I really don't. Not here, because there's no context. And yes, CRX, it is fascinating to hear about the description after you have context. It really is. Is this the only big reveal in episode 8? Depends on your point of view. I think White Vision's a really big deal. Maybe that's just me, but I really think this is a big deal. I wouldn't say it's the only big reveal, but it's going to be, set your expectations. That I will say that. Depending on how you feel about some of these characters and what you consider to be a big deal, yeah, I think there's really important moments in episode 8. It's hard to judge, though. I mean, I can't judge what people consider a big deal. Vision coming from nothing. After 8 drops, I can't how you interpreted. Oh, yeah, which I'm excited to dive into as well. There's a couple of other things I'm going to be very vague on, but there's a couple of other things from the description where it's I'm still not sure what he meant or what if something was lost in translation. But again, I can't talk about those just because they're not a part of this leak, which thankfully, again, hopefully, what am I saying? Everything's going to end up leaking out. This is crazy how much this show is leaked out. I mean, I got to be honest. I'm shocked how much is leaking out from this show. Legitimately. It's almost every, twice a week or something, I'm getting an email or a direct message with, hey, I have this. And I'm just this is crazy. It's incredible that the entire Black Widow film has not leaked. But yeah, I'm almost positive episode 9 leaks from the finale. They're going to get out. They're going to get out. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know if Marvel Studios is more independent and they're handling this differently, and if Disney's more overbearing on the Star Wars license. When I leaked Boba Fett, Disney came down hard when I leaked Boba Fett. like really hard. Like that's shocking to me that all of this is going by. Now, if I put up the scene, I don't know if Disney would go after the White Vision scene, which is interesting. But again, it is watermarked. I can't mess with. I can't put up the scene. Like I can't jeopardize anyone. Um, but what I can say is it is an interesting development. There's a couple of other. It's fascinating to me how this ties into the descriptions that are translated that I've received. Again, it's going to be fascinating to see how the rest of this episode pans out with added context of visualizing it. Because again, that's why I always say, like, me reading off translated leaks is not going to be worthwhile. Like, it's not going to be valuable to you, and I feel like I'm just going to kind of ruin it for people. Or at the worst case scenario is something's lost in translation, and I take something out of context because I'm trying to interpret and translate what was sent to me. So there's always stuff that gets lost. Because again, as I said, Hayward creates vision, which is here. But then also, if you want to go with this moment where Wanda is mourning, where she is sad, is it literally, the description. Hang on. I kid you not. This is what it says, so bear with me. And I'm not going to read anything else. Sad Wanda. Like, this sounds so. I mean, again, this is why leaked translated descriptions are not worthwhile, because like it's just to me. This is the worst way to learn about something. But bear with me. Sad Wanda gives Vision life. That is literally that's literally what I translated. Okay? Sad Wanda gives Vision life. Hayward creates Vision. Out of context, that doesn't mean shit. Okay. Midway next week, episode 9 is getting leaked. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's going to happen. Dan the Man says, is this the episode where we see the engineer or that surprise A-lister appearance? I will say, I'm going to be very careful because again, I'm now like, I know the translations are accurate to a point, but I also know there's some inaccuracies in them just because of translating. The notes that he gave me about the engineer, they were after the fact. They were something I reached out to him for. He is not specific about the engineer's appearance or lack thereof, because I don't want to ruin it, period. I'm going to be completely transparent. Because for one, I think the speculation's fun, and also I respect just letting people go crazy. I will say this for full transparency. It is entirely possible, I'm not telling you what he said yet, but it's entirely possible that he could have, when I asked him about the aerospace engineer, he could have sent back, the aerospace engineer is no one. Or he could have sent back, the aerospace engineer is Blue Marvel. Or he could have sent back, the aerospace engineer is Reed Richards. I'm not going to ruin the discussion or debate, though, but I'm going to leave it at that. Again, I just want to point out, the context of the translations are a little rough. Some of that's on me. What are you going to do about it? Mid next week, episode 9 is getting a lot of leaks. Oh yeah, Adam, it definitely is. I mean, we're gonna have a bunch of leaks. I'm sure of it. Like, I'll be shocked if the finale is the only one that doesn't get leaks. I just am. I'm almost positive. Like, there is one scene. Like, if I've translated it correctly and this is accurate, there is one particular scene that I'm almost positive is going to get leaked ad nauseum. If this particular description is completely accurate, when it leaks, people are going to go crazy. I mean, at least I feel that way. But again, to each their own. Like, I can't judge how other people get excited about stuff. Is Hayward bringing White Vision to fight Wanda? That is an interesting context, but I don't want to. I'm not going to ruin that. There's a lot about Vision I don't want to answer. Because again, it doesn't fit with this specific topic, so I'm going to be very careful. Bare minimum. Again, we're going to wrap up, and I'm going to wrap up here because it's pretty much midnight. Again, just to reiterate, if you choose, you've chosen to make it this far, you've chosen to watch it, please reserve this discussion, to this video. When we do our live videos, I will not be talking about it. So I urge you, please, keep this video to this topic. Like, don't, I won't be discussing this particular leak in my regular videos, so that, because, people deserve to have this experience if they want it. Like, if they want to be surprised, they deserve to have it. And again, I don't want to ruin a mid-credit scene for someone. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for joining. I know that this is going to raise a lot more questions. I know it is. But again, my best advice to you, be patient. The full episode's right around the corner. It's going to be a really good ride. So just hold out. Hold out for one more day, you know what I mean? And try to avoid any other, I know it's hard, but try to avoid spoilers for the last episode. Really, legitimately, try to avoid spoilers for the last episode. Really. Okay? So, bye everyone. Have a good night, or whatever time it is for you. Have a good day, and